Here are some Canadian YouTubers and media outlets describing the growing sentiment of living in Canada. The cost of living, the housing issues, the rise and decline of inflation rates that people are currently facing. I myself was born and raised in Canada, but here I am living in South Korea, and although I don't know the clear financial details of what's going on, I've been there long enough and have visited quite a few times to know that there is this growing sentiment that it's getting quite costly to live there. I remember a time when 10 Canadian dollars was able to help you get by for food in some situations, but now as I've recently went back to visit, $10 gets you basically nothing, maybe a chocolate bar. But in terms of food wise, being able to live daily as a working person, you can't really get anything. And with that in mind, I thought about Korea. What can I do? What's the buying power of 10,000 Korean won? Sorry for the clickbaity title, but yes, I want to know how far 10,000 Korean won gets you. That is approximately minimum wage. And so what kind of food? Can it be healthy? Can I survive daily with just 10,000 Korean won? Not including transportation, only food and drinks. So coffee or alcohol, whatever constitutes as food or beverage. That is what we will explore today in this video. Alright, it's a new year and it's 2024 and this is the first video I'd like to put out. I think this will hit close to home for many individuals. You just went through Christmas and now New Year's parties, family gifts, children's gifts, that people would probably be tight on money. And so with that in mind, I wanted to know what I could do here. How could I cut corners in certain places to start surviving? And that's where the idea of this video came in today. I know that things in Korea are pretty cheap, but they have increased over the years. However, being a teacher here, with that income, am I able to sustain myself daily with 10,000 Korean won? There was a time I remember in Canada where with $10 you can get one meal, a slice of pizza here and there with a drink. But upon my recent visit, it's not the same. If you include tips and whatever other fees in that, you can't really get any. We're going back in time.
And also, okay, if you were on a desert island, what 3 items would you take with you?
Paint, a lot of paint, something to play CDs on, and CDs.
My guitar, my skateboard, and a CD player.
My hockey stick, my hockey equipment, and a puck.
A true Canadian.
I'd like to announce the following trade.
In the 2000s, Canada was simple. We were obsessed about hockey. We had Matt Sundin, Maple Leafs suck. At the same time, for the NBA, we had Vince Carter. Film. We had a lot of bangers, and at the same time, the horror genre started to make its way to the mainstream. And who could forget comedy? Our Canadian representative, Russell Peters.
Because he tried fitting in with my Jamaican friends when I was growing up. You don't ever want a man from India trying to speak like a Jamaican at any point during his life.
And who could forget our most famous Canadian celebrity, Avril Lavigne. And as this Redditor explains, Vancouver was even a desired place to live. Alright, now back to the main content. In Korea, thankfully, the tipping culture has not come, and please don't bring it here. Don't bring the tipping culture here. Today, in our video, I'm going to strictly focus on food and beverages. So coffee, unfortunately, is a cost that I will have to deduct from the $10. Or if I say $10, I mean 10,000 Korean won. To me, they're both equivalent. And so, if I get coffee, I have to subtract that. If I get any other beverage, that gets deducted, but I'm purely focusing on food. That is what the objective of today's video is about. Can I survive? And if it does, by watching the video, if you feel as if, wow, like you can get by with that amount, then by all means I think you should visit Korea. You'll realize there's a lot of good things, despite my last video on defamation, which is right here. Overall, Korea is a lovely place to live in. Just to put in some context, I live in Seoul, and so the cost of food or groceries are a little bit higher. If you were to live in the other provinces, the prices vary, and for the most part it's a little bit cheaper. So just keep that in mind, that I'm living in a very highly dense area, very populated, and so the cost of living will be slightly higher, but still manageable. All right, we had 7 days, and I went to various different restaurants, seeing what I could get for 10,000 Korean won. For the first day, I went to a Korean Hanshik buffet for 8 Korean dollars. And with that, I could just eat anything I want, as much as I want. But to make this a little bit more challenging, I only had it once. Day 2, I went to a local restaurant and I had bibimbap for 6 Korean dollars. Day 3, unfortunately I went over. I had to meet a friend, but I had kalguksu for 11 with unlimited refills. And day 4, I went to Burger King and had their special, which would be 2 burgers for $7. I didn't need anything else to make up for the cost of the previous day. While I'm undergoing this challenge, I still did my daily activities and I went to the gym during the early mornings to maintain my health, because this is very important to me. All right. Day 5, I went to the convenience store and got a pre-made meal for $4.50. In addition, I got ramyeon for an extra $1. Then day 6, there was a special going on, a 1+1 rice meal, which was tuna mayo and then kimchi mayo, as you can see on the top right. And finally, for day 7, I had chanchiguksu, which was amazing. And again, while this challenge was going on, I still had to go to work Monday to Friday. And so here I'm teaching my class and explaining certain topics. Very fun. In one of the days, I had a friend from the US visit and he treated us to chokbar, so I did not spend a penny. Thank you very much. It was a great meal. And to finish it all off, I ended my last meal with tteokbokki and odeng, which came to $5.50. In my mind, I think I successfully finished this challenge. Please let me know down below what you think. First and foremost, let's acknowledge that managing money during tough times is a reality for a lot of us. Whether it's unexpected medical expenses, job loss, or economic downturns, these challenges can be overwhelming. Many of us turn to systems in place for support, but do they always deliver? Do they understand the context and individual differences? During difficult times, it's hard to think logically and plan out for the future. Additionally, there seems to be a lack of trust and support from our government. We feel let down. It's almost impossible for most of us to buy a home. It seems like every year it's getting harder and harder, and the government really needs to step up in order for this and future generations to have a fighting chance. That is in part why I made this video. If you think I didn't fulfill the requirements, please let me know down below in the comments. If you think I cheated or in any way, or I have to redo this test, then share your thoughts below. Yeah, and I'll think about whether or not to do it again. I do see myself as, I do see it possible. This challenge can be done. But the thing is, you got to remember that I challenged this is just a challenge. So I did this for just curiosity's sake, entertainment. But know that there are people in Korea living like this day to day. And so I wanted to be mindful of, or we all need to, I need to be more mindful of like how far $10 or minimum wage, 1 hour of work, what it could get you, the buying power of it. And at the same time, like some of these individuals have families to care for. And so this is something to consider. Overall, let me know what you think of this video. If you think I failed the challenge, then let me know in the comments below. If you want me to redo it again, I'll have to think about it. It was very difficult. But Other than that, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and continue to follow and wait for upcoming posts. I am thinking about trying other avenues, things that I think I would like to discuss. But in the meantime, please stay posted, and if anything, if you're still curious about Korea, there are some other things you need to consider. This recent video on defamation, you should really watch it if you do plan on visiting Korea anytime soon. But again, thank you very much, and I look forward to hearing back from you. Bye.